This is a CBS News Detroit update.
Good morning, I'm Chris Ledeen. Here's a look at your top headlines on this Friday morning. A local organization representing Middle Eastern Americans is reaching out to the Trump administration after they say they were troubled with the president's comments on Gaza earlier this week. In a meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Tuesday, President Trump said the U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip. It was a comment that troubled many Arab Americans, including the CEO of the Middle East and North African American Chamber of Commerce. She tells us those comments inspired her to draft a letter to the Trump administration.
That was the inflection point for us. Hearing the commentary, the rhetoric during that press conference, it was very problematic and concerning from a community standpoint to hear such statements being made.
Part of the letter reads, just before getting elected, Mr. Trump visited Dearborn, promising the Arab American community he would bring peace to the Middle East. The organization says it hopes the Trump administration keeps their promise. Another prominent name has been added to the list of governor hopefuls. Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson announced his campaign on Thursday at Mott Community College in Flint. Sheriff Swanson will run as a Democrat. He joined Senate Minority Leader Eric Nesbitt, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, and current Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan in the bid. Governor Gretchen Whitmer is term limited and cannot run again in 2026. This morning, we're following the surge in flu cases. The CDC says at least 41 states reporting high or very high levels of the virus. Emergency room visits for the virus have shot up nearly 30% this week compared to the week before. And that's not the only illness on the rise. According to CDC figures, the U.S. has recorded a fourth straight week of whooping cough infections. DTE is working to help Michiganders pay their energy bills to keep the lights on and the heat running through the winter with their Michigan Energy Assistance Program. And thanks to several bipartisan bills signed into law by Governor Gretchen Whitmer at the end of last session, more than 330,000 families are eligible to apply. Now let's get to that weather forecast with next weather meteorologist Troy Bridges. Good Friday morning, Troy.
Good morning, Chris. We did finally make it to Friday, and today not a bad day at all. We're going to see a lot more sunshine than we have over the past couple of days. Still cold, only warming to a high of 28 degrees today, but we will also be windy. Those winds gusting at times near 25 miles per hour out of the west. Now we do have a next weather alert day for Saturday because of snow coming in through the afternoon and evening, expecting 2 to 4 inches where you're seeing that darker shading, Sanilac County on down to Oakland County. Then for Wayne County on down to Monroe County, back over into areas like Adrian and Lenawee County, we are going to see between 1 and 3 inches. So not a ton of snow. It's just all about the timing for a busy weekend. So be aware of that. As we take you into next weather futurecast, you can see a few clouds on and off today mixed in with some sun. Then tomorrow we start to see snow pick up, especially into the afternoon hours and ongoing through the late evening hours. There's 9 p.m. with next weather futurecast on Saturday with snow adding up. It eventually pushes out early in the morning on Sunday, and we start to see more sun Sunday afternoon. So high temperatures today in the mid and upper 20s, going to 25 in Pontiac, 28 in Detroit, 28 in Ann Arbor. The next 7 days, again tomorrow, a next weather alert day because we are going to be tracking snow, a high of 30. We stay fairly chilly with a high at freezing on your Sunday, and then back to the 20s for afternoon highs next week for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Chris, back to you.
Thanks, Troy. That's a look at your headlines. We'll be back later covering stories that matter to you on air and streaming on the CBS News app and Pluto TV.